clarity about the
give
audio.
more clarity for the audio.
My man, when they say for me the audio, if that the audio that I know, if that the audio when Abu called me, if the reason why Abu called me for us to be protected, if that's the audio, they are not about the audio.
You want the type of audio and you are just taking it. So,
Boss man, the audio that brought Ophobidia and Jeragaran, if that the audio, they are not about it.
What do you bring in NSA into because listen to you talk about
because
NSA.
Ophobidia work with NSA, Jeragaran work with NSA.
So does that mean that audio?
My man, I met with those people met me and we drove to my base. I am telling you, I met with them. They met me and we drove to my base. issue yesterday, but they get issue today. Tell them, say, to hell with them, they are not my followers.
You see,
if you want to have issue today, you should have had an issue yesterday.
Why do you always insult the presidency?
Because he's not proceeding the right way. Is there an insult to say you're reckless, man?
Is there any way?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how irresponsible and how bad a Joseph Boakai. Nathaniel Mage, like you. My man, when you had to try to do that one, how irresponsible is Joseph Boakai? Look, Mandela used to save money. Mandela used to save money. Mandela used to save money. For Joseph Boakai. When Joseph Boakai met Mandela to the Senate, you were asking what your name. Joseph Boakai is like irresponsible. That man is you.
What's your reliance that Maggie?
I think Mandela used to feed him. Mandela used to send money to him to feed him.
You have proof?
My man, you quote. You don't cancel the quote. You're not quoting as about proof. You generally quote now. You judge who?
Are you willing to go John again?
You judge who? My man, we have to listen to the outcome of the case. Yeah? That case, that cartoon, the only case to get your is Joseph Boakai playing coup to overthrow the legislature.
Do you think you can be arrested now? And I work?
Well, what if I'm going to go to the police and say that? I'll call up for him and hold their
Listen to the Yaka Koluva.
They left me and we drove to my bed.
A few months ago, you wrote a shite, buried President Ali, movement against President Boakai presidency. Today, you're wearing Boakai cannot succeed. Why is it about?
Always change based on the prevailing situation. My teacher will change. My teacher had changed because Boakai cannot succeed. Boakai government cannot succeed. And this is my flow. This is my teacher until the prevailing situation change.
But why were you trained men to protect you when the police are there to protect you?
When the place got burned. The police bring the place along with Joseph Boakai.
so tell us exactly why are you here today?
I'm here because why you are here today?
You are not many. I'm a journalist.
You are not part of the case.
I would never know you. Who get a play? Who need on a D of this place?
Are you angry?
No, I'm not saying you.
Are
you angry? You asked me a question. I responded to you, but
you are busy.
You disappointed.
You are busy running up.
It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president and commander-in-chief for the past 6 years. Together, in 2018, we embarked on a journey to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my tenure. As we navigate the complexity of governance, your partnership was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development
to its knees if Taylor was not turned over to the special court. And what happened? Obasanjo buckled and capitulated. Now, this demonstrates the significant pressure that was brought to bear on President Obasanjo, irrespective of his personal and leadership obligations to the West African sub-region. And therein lies the dilemma for current African heads of state and government, but how to enter into binding commitments and obligations with the African pairs and remain steadfast, resolute, and unyielding in their fidelity to those agreements in the face of such unrelenting and punishing pressure from powerful Western leaders.
My people, where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, come on.
And so,
I know you're sleeping now, you gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go.
welcome again. I'm your humble servant, your host, Junkies Morris, this evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Salute to the month. Hello, wherever you are following us. This is Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. My name is Junkies Morris. And I'm here to keep you company, informing and educating you from 8 o'clock straight to 10 o'clock this evening.
So why does you lie? Why does you speak? Why does you allow this?
Lot to be discussed. Lot and lot more to be discussed.
But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and little us.
I will take a short break.
Why?
After that break,
Why? But the question
we see me digging deep into our talking points this evening.
people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people
Is homosexuality creeping
lie to us.
in the governance architecture of our country? That is a big question that requires a clear and comprehensive answer.
No one to hope on. Nobody.
Are Liberians not entitled to job unless they bend down? That is the question permeating the corridors of the Republic of Liberia today, since Mr. Sanu Dazo Johnson unveiled that this government headed by Mr. Joe Boakai
They have enough of time, but yeah, instead they delay. People suffer.
is deeply entrenched and engulfed
Look at. Your vision and your mission.
with the issue of sex for job, sex for opportunity.
Nothing.
Whether you are a male
Why?
or a female,
You lie. Why?
they want fast track you before they give you job or opportunity. That is the modus operandi of the Boakai's regime, said former Senator Sanu Dazo Johnson, Bomi County.
The government betray us.
So we want to know whether the government is a Mephisto-face government or it is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people.
Who are so? The people.
So check it out when I'm back after a short commercial break, taking word from our sponsor on this platform, Freedom Hard Talk, here on Freedom FM 87.9. That's Crime Stopper Liberia. That is our partner that powered this show. So we'll take a short break, and when we are back, we'll dig deep into those many talking points.
I said, we tire with their lies. We tire with. Come on. My people, where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping.
Still buying water, $10 per sachet.
Your hands with it.
$10 for bag.
Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go.
Liberia is interesting.
The people fool us. The people lie to us.
The country with one of the largest rainforests in the world. We are suffering. It's funny, yeah. But how be it, water is being sold for $10 Liberian, from $5 to $10 Liberian, 100% increment.
Lies. We tire with the promises that led us to allow the damage.
Man Sisi there in Claratown, how is she feeling? How are things with Man Sisi? Those that are selling Kobo, Loma Tuma, all of you that are selling Kobo, how things with you people? Can you people please call? Let's know what's happening.
We'll tell you.
Especially the kind of dramatic increment overnight. What's happening?
Abuse us so. Why?
Water is being sold for $10 Liberian. Ah, God. Is it a corruption from the hierarchy, from the high up, or is it a corruption from the common people? It's a big question here tonight. And I'm sure there will be many calls that will come in to provide us with the rightful answer. And lot to be discussed on this platform.
No one to trust.
My name is Junkies Morris, and when I'm back, we'll go strictly to recognizing our social media followers and those that are following us via the radio and whatever means you are using to follow us. Quickly, let me take a break and be right back.
You see see the reason why we ask what the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer, no work, but people crying for hunger. Look at this.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
Oh yes, and that was Old Man Sam Sion Crime Stopper. Old Man Sam Sion Crime Stopper Liberia. Kudos to Crime Stopper Liberia. They've been doing seriously well in making sure that the intelligence community and the security of our people, is strengthened. So Crime Stopper Liberia, kudos to you and the CEO, Omen Samson. So like I was saying, I'm back tonight. We want to give much time to our callers, so let's quickly jump to business. Our live stream, we got many persons here following. We may not call everyone's name because we are pressed with time. So we quickly recognize Mawata Bedete, who says, good evening. Venetius Junior Bar is following us. He's following us from Nuku Town. Saturday, Zonwie Udule is following from Atlanta, Georgia. What's up? Saturday, Mailu F. Fofana is following from 20th Street. Musa Sheri is also following from New Georgia, Cardinalsville. Agatha Glasgow is watching from Tingos Village. And Bobby Gunn is having a wonderful day with us here. CDC Peking, good evening. My name is Prince Zizi, following from Bombing. CK God is not making new land. Oh, wow. Honorable Isaac To, good evening, Junkies Maurice and the Freedom FM family. I'm following from my resident in Do Community District 14. Azate is following Abubakar Sharif, is following from Cloudtown. Mercy Poa is also following from Caldwell, Bunkport Market, and Emil Topa is watching. It says, good evening, Junkies Morris, speaking from Water Street. Emil Topa. Okay. And so we have many people following us. Many of our followers, they are locked down, they are watching our back, they are following, they are commenting, they are sharing. I want to say our online, the radio is back. So you can keep following and you can get on top of your game. Yeah, okay, so that's it for those of you following us via the social media. And there are some that are also following via the radio. So those of you following via the radio, I know you're not, I know or sitting up via the radio and following. So all of you, your thanks for following. It's good to follow the program. This is Freedom Heart Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. And so, like I was saying, we buying bag of water for $10. Liberians. Liberian people buying water for $10. The reason I was laughing because it's strange. Why is strange? we had crises in this country like the Ebola, coronavirus, and so forth. During those times, emergency measures were put in place, curfew, quarantine people to a particular place. So at that time, the circular flow in terms of the monetary aspect of what circulate economically in a country was stagnant. It was stalled. It was not flowing as a shoe because there were crises. And so on that basis, every reasonable mind will know and understand that in any way there will be suffering and there will be a negative trickle-down effect of such situation the world was faced with. So you saw the price of goods and services going up, skyrocketing, because we were not in normal times. In fact, I got several communications in my possession when former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf requested a state of emergency and even coming to the coronavirus time. So it was because of situation, it was based on circumstance or different circumstances that led to those actions which disallowed the circular flow of economic activity in Liberia to be stagnant. You have the crisis. In fact, some people say we're not going to work. It's a certain group of people, certain staff should stay home, and there few persons go to work because we need to test one another. You know, there were a lot of regulation. In fact, taxi driver reduced the number of passengers they used to carry from one end to another. So with that, you understand that the taxi driver should expect to carry 5 persons, 4 in the back, 1 in the front seat. But at this critical time, he's carrying 3 persons. So 2 persons have been taken from the 5 persons he's supposed to carry to get a 5-person money. So on that basis, to allow him accrue or profit, since the price of oil and gas was still going up because it is a global market situation, and here in Liberia, his passengers that are supposed to allow him profit on whatever will be expended on gasoline, fuel, 2 persons have already been reduced from the 5 persons. So on that basis, the 2 persons, at least the part of small peculiar is to pay for ERW junction will have to be shared amongst the 3 persons. That is a reasonable thinking. It is a reasonable judgment and reasonable decision. That's how the economic flow works. So you will have no business person will go into any business venture and lost. If Austin is selling this cell phone in his store for $700 USD, and I buy the phone from Austin to sell, definitely after paying $700 USD, I'll have to add my maybe 150 to make it 850 or 825 USD, so as to allow me get profit and be able to pay my part of tax and to keep the business running. So that's how it is. So when you had that situation at the time, it was the government's obligation to step in with subsidies, with all of the contingency plans, so as to balance the economic situation at the time, so people don't really feel the blunt of what was going on economically around the world, because the entire world was in economic shambles. The stock market was crashing, and almost the entire world economy was in free fall. And all you needed to do was to put in place extra measures that had to do with stimulating the economy through stimulus packages that have positive effect on the way down the end user, the common people. Unlike this time, Mr. Joe Bwaka is presiding over a peaceful country. Mr. Joe Bwaka is presiding over a country that have seen a leap in their budget on a fiscal basis. Joe Bwaka is leading the country with a $1.2 billion budget. The country have never seen that before in the history of our country. Liberia have never experienced that. Liberia have never experienced $1.2 billion budget. This is first of a kind. When former President Weah was leading this country, when we had the coronavirus pandemic, even though his budget at the time was not in billion, but he proved less than $800 million budget. He provided stimulus package. Voila, who see you ever call say tell the whole world say junkie lying. You will not be gossiping. He provided stimulant for rice. He provided stimulant for oil and gas. He if you're joking, yeah. Liberia people, I see what former President we say ain't get any time for protestation. You say you must see we are 2 hours in koro. No crisis. Increased budget. Serious revenue generating capacity. Where the money going? Where? No government has reached $1 billion in revenue generation. In fact, a few times people said the revenue collecting arm of the government have overperformed, and they allow Liberia to have extra $45 million, which was being supplemented to the budget. Where all the money going? We are not experiencing any crisis. There is no threat. We are in a peaceful and secure environment under Joe Bwaka. Then Liberians are paying $10 Liberian for a bag of water without a crisis. Are you kidding me? Is Joe Bwaka saying to Liberians that he's serious? We should continue paying $10 for a bag of water. Look, to the extent that myself that here I'm managing the $75 bottle I bought, I had to manage. So I could and sip. I was just sipping. I say we drinking juice. Whatever you sort of turn that one bottle of water to your mouth. Gotta be sipping because that 75 you gotta pay for it. It's expensive. You get a 75, you can't get it. So tactically, you know that plastic water can enter the studio. It's not professional. So tactically, you gotta buy a one bottle. You just be timing it. When you cost more, you save some more, you put it down. It saves. In a country with abundance, the world's largest maritime flagship. I repeat, the world's largest maritime flagship. That we don't want buying water for $10. Then man see you're sitting there in crowd and you're happy. You're okay with life, everything all right. Man Biagio with them way in PHP. When she go do a late roasting, she happy. Someone bring father, you had to change it, you serve them, you get this, you had that in your hand, you happy. So you people, your feel everything okay. That's why you people remain sitting in quiet. You don't want to talk, all of you are tight-lipped. You are afraid. You are so afraid of Bwaka, and you can't say or do anything. You watch Mr. Bwaka plunge this country into the toilet. The people raise extra money. They call for extra setting. The extra setting was just fruitless, useless. What did they achieve? The removal of Representative Yeke Koruba. But the Representative Yeke Koruba that was removed. The reason you remove him, you did not first remove those people from our land there in Lofa, in Foya, where you are from as the president of our country. You sort of even be at the forefront in terms of fighting for that place. You want to remove the people from the border. You want to remove the people from our land. You still keeping the army in the barracks. You pay them taxpayer money and time for them to perform in line with their duties, functions, and responsibilities. All you do, you keep them in the barracks. You keep them in the barracks. Why are you keeping them in the barracks? Why keep them in the barracks? And the sovereign integrity, the territorial dignity of Liberia is being encroached on, is being invaded, and it had been occupied. Mr. Bwaka, the sovereign integrity, the territorial dignity of Liberia is being encroached on. It's being occupied and it's being transgressed on by a boy who took power surreptitiously. Somebody who is not legitimate, who the world does not see as a legitimate president. He comes to Liberia with Fitija. He encroaches on our land and trespasses. This is the kind of leader you have that does not want to address the border crisis we have with Guinea, but is only keen on venting his anger against his own people, going after Liberians as if they are foreigners, allowing the land of Liberia to be taken by force without any action from the government. Why Bwaka is sitting as president? He doesn't care. He cares about nothing that has to do with Liberians' improvement. Bwaka is bent on bringing us down as Liberians. So sometimes I wonder, is it because during political times, people throw jabs, political jabs against one another, and when political season, the campaign time, everything close, everybody comes back to normal, and we continue living together. Let's say living together rather in coexistence. Is it those jabs that were thrown to Mr. Bwaka during electionary period that he been keeping in her, he decided to come back to pay there? Because I'm not understanding. I expected Mr. Joseph Boaka's government to be the most successful government, because that harmonization and standardization policy that was implemented by WIA regime through the World Bank, IMF, and other monetary partners was the foundation for a prosperous government. Do you know why? Because there was some people who are now working in the government. Some of them sitting down in Kenya. Some of them they riding private yachts. They all on the sea for 6 months. 1 year, 6 months. They can't come on show. They were being paid. They were getting all of the remuneration. If you're getting all of the remuneration from the government that you are now working in, can you just imagine that you just in the Bahamas on one private jet or a private yacht, you in luxury, living with opulence. All those things were happening. You have people flying around here using private jets. Some of them were not working. Some of them even working in 2 places. Then besides, the salary was not harmonized. Many assistant minister, other men assistant minister, also get see my assistant minister, I seen thing, I seen tattoo. They were not harmonized. They were up and down. The WIA government strengthening and balancing. It was not standardized, meaning under the 2015 the 2015 global index for what is referred to as the minimum wage. It was a policy document from the United Nations. You know, Erin, she had her flaws. She made some mistakes. She had some excesses. But the architecture put in place by Ellen and coming to the WIA, and we are completing it and making it to done, those were the proper path for us to tread in terms of engaging our international partners and succeeding economically and making the financial case to improve our infrastructure development and make Liberia prosper. So you see, the issue of the minimum wage bill, it was derived from the 2015 global minimum wage, which has to do with seeking the welfare of employees or workers at job sites. So to standardize the minimum wage of civil servants, WIA and his regime took on that, and they were successful in making that happen. Boaka Kim ran on a mantra of that campaign with the few United Party people that are working in government, saying they wanted to get BB position. Even though some of them are making 125, we are carrying it to 250, 280, 290, but they still say you harmonize our salary, we harmonize our food. Because I was in the place where that document was being handled. That standardization and harmonization document did not affect anybody that had salary below $500. So you see, $150 people, they carry to $275. I don't want making noise. That what Baron had to confess the future that the economy that was in a circular flow of less than $20 billion could not experience $16 billion getting missing. The evidence was much more vindicated in a few days. When I told you people on this platform, some of you will call and say it. And you will reaffirm what I said, what I predicted. I said Samuel D. Toy Jr. will have a walk in the park Those were my voice. I know Man City can remember. I said you have a walk in the park because Bwaka is not a serious man. If Bwaka was anyone serious, Bwaka will not allow water to go to $10. The fact that you have Junkies, Morris, Austin, Kawa, Khan, Oliver Khan, Winter Nimne, Alexas, Ash Jerome Roosevelt, Abu Sharif, Hagar Gonda, you have all of these firing nationalistic patriots on the radio. You're supposed to do your best to avoid a kind of situation because Bwaka, the fact that you have no crisis on hand and Liberians are buying water $10 as if we are fighting war or we are displaced internally. Bwaka, it is the biggest blow you have ever received in your entire life. For you to sit over the throne of our country and allow us, one of the largest reserve rainforests in the world, to buy water for $10 Liberian. Woe unto you. Woe unto you, Bwaka. Shame on you. Bwaka says, shame on you. Shame on you and woe unto you. Woe unto you. To allow our people to suffer this way. Bwaka, are you not the same person that said to Liberians that they were suffering? That their salaries were being reduced even though you knew the fact. Today, have you increased any of them salary? Zero. Bwaka, you were crying that if you did not become president, there will be no more Liberia. Even though we are, the former president told you that the baby will live, and he appealed to all of us Liberians to allow the baby to live. That's why you are president. You cry to become president so that you would have changed it around, because according to you, it was not going well under we are. You are the president now. Why are you not investigating the 16 billion? And you people switch to $6.2 million of security money. Money that can go to NSA, they can audit it. We put that one on SAR. The $25 million that was allotted to mop up excess liquidity from the market so as to decrease the level of galloping inflation we were experiencing as a country. The fast level of inflation our country was experiencing. A $25 million was being mobilized quickly under the WIA's regime through former Minister Samuel Twe of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning under the Propo Agenda for Prosperity and Development. That $25 million, in fact, it was not used in total. A portion of it was used so as to mop up the excess liquidity from the market. It means the extra money that people were printing, some of those Fulanis that were being caught with fake currency, and some of our people that were hoarding the money and involved with money laundering, the central bank, through the economic management team, set up that policy to mop up that excess liquidity. It means to suck it out of the market so that the economy becomes balanced. We don't have too much money going after small goods, nor should we have too much goods waiting for small money to buy. In that case, in other cases, it becomes difficult for Liberians to survive. So with the wisdom and reasonable judgment of the WIA's regime under the Propo Agenda for Prosperity and Development, they initiated and instituted the subsidies, all of those policies, they were meant to alleviate the constraint on our people, because usually it is the end user that will bear the brunt of or whatever increment and hardship. Those were the things was involved with. You were crying around the place, say campaigning. Say campaigning. That we are the former president of this country was riding vehicles that was purchased with the Liberian people money, but the vehicles we are riding, they did not reach the one that you ride, Nana. You even told Liberians that you would have sat in a wheelbarrow to the executive mansion. You didn't stop there. We told you Bwaka is a duplicitous person. Bwaka is deceitful. Bwaka is an ingrate. But many of you, I don't know what you're waiting for to understand it. I see some of you trying to flip-flop. Howbeit, we'll continue to inform you and educate you on the bad deeds of Bwaka. So nobody needs to tell you any longer now for you to make reasonable decision. Bwaka regime, no crisis. The world is flowing. In fact, the Strait of Hormuz is no longer an issue for Bwaka to give any excuse. The world economy is going the way it's supposed to go. In fact, there have never been any shock, serious shock on the stock market. The global supply chain is still flowing. And Bwaka, who is the president, is doing nothing to solve this problem of water going all the way to Tenado. But you see, some way, somehow, I think a good for Liberians. A good yourself experience, yeah. So some people lie to us. Let me just take a short water break and I'll be right back. I vote for Bwaka. Maybe you're buying water 10 out of now. Shame on you. Other you say you're supporting Joe Bwaka. Woe unto you. My papi, woe unto you. Yeah. Can't lie to you, my papi. You really fall flat on your belly if it comes to the one. It won't buy, you fail on it. Yeah. You fail on it. Yeah. If I were you, I would have turned in my resignation. But anyway, you greedy neck and head, you.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? See, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They get lies, they get steal, they go knock the government. No one to trust. My people don't want to hope on nobody. My hope that I have them broken. Telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired. They tired. You see the reason why we asked why the government betray. They have enough for time, but yeah, instead they delay. People suffer. No work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. Don't got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us. So, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They get lies, they get steal, they go knock the corrupt. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why does you lie? Why does you steal? Why does you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we vote you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. People fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They get lies, they get steal, they go knock the
For all they say, we go to school, so no job for all, we get problem. Hustling in the street now, they have money beyond do. I didn't get what chair, all they take your own market. What do they want to do now?
Well, I'm a graduate of the State University, and everywhere I have applied, they are asking me for 10 years experience, and that is impossible.
We the AFL, them widows, the government promised us our husbands benefits and up for now we just see it. Good, bro. No good school. The health sector poor. Now why anything that can jack a photo? The politicians stay giving us empty promises. What happened now?
Who don't trust? In fact, who rather lay in the complaint too? They will listen to what they in power. After election time, people know how important. After election, when we saw they say we have lost the minority.
Yeah. They say the evil in man does live after him, but the good is often there with his food. So let it be the season. And what for people? My people tired suffering. We need a change. Listen, you're not need to tell me what's happy. I can see it in your eye, no something happy. I can see it. You're not talking when your heart's talking and telling me you're hungry, you're not getting nothing. You're poor, you're can't afford. Some of your life more than dig hole and cover hole. Some of your lost you the same up there. Some of your breadwinners said you come and say no job. You're fed up with the hard living. Just to survive. Some of your inner in the street baking. Because the people who don't have your who your foot fall Look at how they did that back, yo. They lie. They're not finished with the poverty reduction strategy. They lie to your division 2030. So empty. So can let it give it. And at the end, the TV all on your poverty. I wish I was a millionaire. And some day I know it. Let me make it clear. Instead of Johnny politics, I will build horses. Get loose to the boat so they can pay taxes. Yeah.
Me kuli de jano, me kuli de jano. Oh, well, na de no way. Kuli de jano, me kuli de jano. You know what me? You get eye, you can't see. You get mud, you can't tell your folk can't even walk. People hating you because you in the cap. Why you got the name in the cap? You're all in the community. What if I say the day for those with disability? They come and say they reopen the school. You now see hungry people go to school instead of giving job to the jobless. Home to the hopeless, home to the homeless. They manipulate the system and make it worse. Now they come and make it even by the cup of rest. One man in more than 3 positions. They think they were against when they were opposition. You tell me what we did it to. So they think they got peace and justice, nothing for the poor. To be a money, they want you sell your soul. Either you cross the road or you bend down low. But I pray that my people rise. That one day God will show them your other big cry. Allah, me kuli de jano, me kuli de jano. Allah, na de no way. Me kuli de jano, me kuli de jano.
You know, when I see my country blessed with all the natural resources, and yet instead I see my people living in abject poverty, and I question myself, where have we gone wrong?
Yeah, where have we gone wrong?
In the national cake, so everybody can have a taste.
Yo.
For all they say we go to
For all they say we go to school.
Oh, we get problem. What's in the screen and they have money behind you. I think you want to what they take your market. What they want to do now?
Well, I'm a graduate of the State Run University.
Oh, yes.
Everywhere I have applied, they are asking me for 10 years experience. And that is impossible.
We the after them weather, the government comments on our husband's benefits and up for now we just see it. Good, bro. No good school. They have sector poor. Our anything that can check out a photo. Politicians stay giving us empty promises. What happened now?
What happened? Look, I said the woman crying. What happened now? What happened? What's going on? Are we not Liberians too? Eh? Is this not Liberia? Does this place belong to a particular group of people? And the other people are outcasts? Joe Baka sitting down as president after crying for power, for you to gain power. He's sitting down as president. You buying water 10 out for bag. And Joe Baka will come with another response. You know him. He always throwing jabs. Very aggressive old man. With silent cheeks. Very, very unreasonable old man. Who does not want to understand the fact that Liberians' eyes are open now. They themselves are keeping the peace. Because what Baka is doing is a provocation for Liberians to scatter the peace that we're enjoying. Baka is provoking you so that the peace can be derailed. Baka wants to scatter everything. Just the same way They got Ali Bongo on Dimba in Gabon, and my man from Guinea-Bissau, even though include Guinea, Mamadi Dumuya. That's can coup. Out of that coup take place just so you go for safe haven and other things, then your own people take charge, and at the end of the day, your protection continues until you die. We will not allow that, Joe Boakai. We will use every means possible and available to us to make sure that your sinister motive, that Nicodemus intention to keep in power for which you are tightening all grips, will not suffice, will not even see the daylight. Because Boakai, you are incompetent to run this country. Mr. Boakai is incapacitated. He does not have that capacity to lead us as a people. Do you know who is a leader? Do you know who is a leader? The man who is not patient in acting rural labyrinths, that he the leader? That leader there? And old man will be respecting you. When someone out ruling, he said, one other young man on radio that y'all know about, all of y'all used to be acting ruling hard, he walking dead. And sometimes I want to agree with that young man too, that he's a walking dead or person. He has no capacity. He's unable to carry out the function of the presidency. And this is a man who lacks the mental fitness to lead as a president. His mental fitness is not incoherent with best international standard as it relates to administrative proceedings. He is showing to all of us that his mental fitness is questionable. Psychosomatically, he's deranged. That's why Boakai is sitting there when there's no crisis. We buy him sack of water, one sachet for 10 hour LD. Then you do the calculation, 30 or sachets in one sack. Tante. Y'all do the math now. Joseph Boakai tell you all that. Hey God, you know, yeah. The thing looking funny you, but it's serious. So the woman telling you that he brave, he's sitting there in the country buying sack of water for 300. The higher we so buy our boy hell. Good. It's sorrowful. It's sorrowful. Boakai will treat us and we say we have to hear. The child can hear, they can feel. That my woman tell me that Boakai doing. We spoke to you people with clear-heartedism, with nationalism, with the high level of patriotism, for this place to become a better place. Let's build on this foundation. Let's allow the young people to have a space. All you do, you bring in a Boakai who your very self in full glare. Boakai was walking leaping in full glare, in the full sight of you. Boakai was walking leaping, verily walking dead. But you were brave to make Boakai your president. Then you expect Boakai to deliver. You elect hyenas to take care of goats. When the goats are eating, then you question why the goats were eating. You were the same person that made a decision for hyenas to take over your flocks. What do you expect from the hyena? for you to go romanticize your farm, to be playing with the goats and sheep. You're making fun. You fool yourselves by giving power to a glutton. There is no way you will get back from this glutton. The whole country, almost everywhere, is touching economically, politically, socially, and whatever way you think about. In fact, Baka, the first president will start closing churches down, say the men are making noise with their drum set. Some mosques have been closed, and in fact, one to bring down the loudspeaker in order to praise God have been existing since. In fact, the Muslims, let's just come to the last religion. The Muslims, more than 1,400 years plus, or up to 1,500 years plus, since Muslims started giving dawah around the world. Since Muslims started building mosques around the world. One Joe Baka came from Sierra Leone. He said that he didn't want to come and change the coexistence that have allowed us to live in peace, harmony, with respect and love for one another. Baka Chakra in the country is not reconciled. The last time you listened to Sheikh Kuyate, his own ambassador he appointed, the brother was clear that the president failed on reconciliation. That alone renders Bwaka's regime negligible. Bwaka is not achieving anything and he will not achieve anything. The fact that an official of his government will come to the public and say Bwaka have failed on the issue of reconciliation, then it's a clear vindication of what we continue to pour for here on Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. Because of gluttony, greediness, excessive greediness, Bwaka used salt to fatten a goat that was very tiny when he took it from Lofa and scammed. You know, charity begins at home. That was the foundation of Bwaka's criminality. That was the foundation of Bwaka's corruption. That was the foundation of Bwaka taking from people what is now his. That was the beginning of Bwaka taking the thing that wanna belong to him. That how he carry the time he made a gold fat with Saul. That kind of criminal way of behaving. What about that tiny gold you make it, puffer with salt? Then the person that intend buying that gold will think that the gold is worth the price that you calling, and that what happened in that case. And Bwaka left on that kind of scheming, went to CWA, was acting the local pub. That pony rabbiting or in Bentunis, I was saying a long time he started that pony rabbiting. He went to CWA and with scheming. They seen Ellen Johnson said it, then he lived on. They seen Ellen Johnson said it, he won't see today. And he can just be pretending that he won't see her because he can't afford it, woman. Because when he try it will be the total destruction of his entire political life. So he can't try that one. He needs to scheme. So he survived on a scene scheming with Ellen there. Bwaka went at the Ministry of Agriculture. The same thing that Bwaka did when he initially came from Lofa on a good scheme, Bwaka continued and he was sacked. Bwaka not stopped there. He went to, I think, LPMC, and Bwaka break the whole place down. LPRC. All the places Bwaka went, Bwaka to LPRC and never had a headquarters. Today, the LPRC is with a modern headquarters, and that was a building constructed under the Wias regime. That Bwaka, nowhere Bwaka go, he succeeded. So you're seeing it now with your own eyes. You're seeing it. Bwaka is a failure. That's why Bwaka is leading our country with no crisis, no economic threat. But we are paying $300 Liberian dollars for one sack of water. $10 for one sachet. Mr. Bwaga, woe unto you. Shame on you. Shame on you. And what you are causing Liberians to go through, Mr. Bwaga, I can show you. Boomerang will be the order of the day. You throw it, will come back to you, Bwaga. Where you go? All the screening Liberians. Where you go? Are you suspended between the heavens and the earth? No. You go, you cannot Bwaga. They crying that you go on. They crying that you be on. You can defy gravity. You will not even be buried in May air. You will not be buried in the middle of the heavens and the earth. You can be suspended between the heavens and the earth. The same place. Just humility. Humility. Nothing else we want from you, oh man. Just humility. Oh, instead of humility, you are humiliating us. You are torturing us economically, Bwaga. Why? What did we do to you for this kind of harsh economic torture that you are allowing us to experience? What is the crime of Liberians against you, Mr. Bwaga, for which you are driving our country into the toilet? Why? What did we do? Bwaga leading the country after talking all the big talks. And now that we do not have resources, now that we do not have good laws on the book, but it's just because of poor management. So we are coming to government not to serve ourselves, but to serve the people. Government is to serve the people. To serve the people, you riding almost $2 million, 2 Lexus vehicle in your convoy. Let's do the comparative analysis. And I'll play for you something here so you listen. The most protected vehicle on the face of the earth, the beast. You listen to the price and you listen, then we'll compare it with Joe Bwaga vehicle. American president. The beast costs $1.5 million. That car you see, the U.S. president can be what they call the Cadillac. The Secret Service call it the Cadillac. That the beast. That beast. It costs $1.5 million.
Then defeat radar guy. Not attack. Every Secret Service agent must survive a brutal 5-day defensive driving course just to get near. This is the United States Presidential Motorcade, the most sophisticated mobile protection operation ever devised. 50 vehicles, over 100 personnel. A rolling fortress with one single objective: keep the U.S. president alive. At the heart of this convoy sits a vehicle that looks like a luxury limousine, but functions like a bunker. The Secret Service calls it Cadillac One. The world knows it as the Beast. And calling it a car is like calling an aircraft carrier a boat. Technically true, but wildly insufficient. The Beast cost $1.5 million and weighs 20,000 pounds. That's the same weight as 50 grizzly bears. Except this predator was designed to protect, not attack. Every Secret Service agent must survive.
$1.5 million. Well, Bwaga own price. So Bwaga is comparing note with the U.S. president. The largest economy the world have ever seen. The most sophisticated democracy. Joseph Boakai is riding car that is equivalent to the car where American president ride. That the man was saying you're going to ride about to go to the executive mansion, then you believe it to you go vote for him. That 10 hours for bag of water to get the 30 bags, that 300. 10 times 3. You know 30 times 10. 10 out times 30. That's 300. Boakai Bene, the people, Boakai as president. The people selling water for $300. Amen. What a shame. Boakai, if I were you, I would have resigned. This is the biggest blow your presidency have ever received. That you don't have a contingency plan. Boakai, no contingency plan. You people don't have that capacity enough to free our people. Boakai. Oh, you are just rushing to come to the presidency, so you make your body from RB Bank, the former manager of RB Bank, the central bank governor, because he needs to give you the loan when you are taking loan from RB Bank. Okay, I see. Boakai, you spoke about our traditions and culture, but what is coming out from your inner circle is troubling. And basically, before I can dig deep into this matter, this allegation made by Senator Sandro Dazo Johnson, former Senator Bomi County, let me read for you Chapter 2, General Principles of National Policy. Chapter 2, Article 5. The Republic shall aim at strengthening the national integration and unity of the people of Liberia, regardless of ethnic, regional, or other differences, into one body politic. And the legislature shall enact laws promoting national unification and the encouragement of all citizens to participate in government. I'll read that again before going to B. That just chapter 2, Article 5AB are reading for you. I will now go to Article 27. I will just limit it to Article 5. Talking about compatibility in terms of norms, traditions, and culture. Joe Boakai. The papa is suffering from dementia. At the same time, compounded with trypanosomiasis, with additional complex sicknesses that can't even be listed here because they're too much. The battery is there. So chapter 2, Article 5. The Republic shall aim at strengthening the national integration and unity of the people of Liberia, regardless of ethnic, regional, or other differences, into one body politics. And the legislature shall enact laws promoting national unification and the encouragement of all citizens to participate in government. For this one, Sandro Dazo Johnson did not want a position in government. Sandro Dazo Johnson They now want to be minister, not any position that should so be appointed by the president of the Republic of Liberia. All he needed the green light to boom whatever he wants to do in the private sector, which would have offered plenty of jobs, opportunity to Liberians who are living in destitute. You deny him. They say, we coming there with the same Article 5B. It says the Republic shall preserve, protect, and promote positive Liberian culture. Homosexuality under Liberian law, the propaganda is 1 year imprisonment, 1 to 2, 3 years imprisonment. Check it out. Just punch in your Google and Giggle, punch it in, or any of those sites that you use to get your information fast, and you see it. The propaganda for same sex, which is homosexuality, in Liberia is punishable by 1 year to 2, 3 years in prison, depending on the gravity of what you did in line with that crime. So, the Article 5B is clearly saying that the Republic should preserve such culture, which is to push against homosexuality. Then it is onus on Joseph Boakai to do that. Let me quickly conclude it. Ensuring that traditional values which are compatible with public policy and national progress are adopted and developed as an integral part of the growing needs of the Liberian society. To take steps by appropriate legislation and executive orders to eliminate sectionalism and tribalism and such abuses of power as the misuse of government resources, nepotism, and all other corrupt practices. Let it want your day to Guinea, and for we Guinea, I think all the different. So, you see it? So that Sano Daso Johnson, who ran campaign rigorously for the Unity Party, Joe Boakai and Jeremiah Kun, will be saying to us that his solicitation of opportunity to invest, for him to be given that green light to invest, that opportunity to be given, he has to bend down to a fellow man. It's troubling. Boakai, that particular issue that has to do with asking allegedly, because Senator Sando Daso Johnson is the accuser, so the brethren approved lie on his shoulder. So I'm saying allegedly. You go and get ratio and Boakai fast and go to use the code to call people, for questioning all the thing. So no ratio. Even though Boakai is corrupt, it's a clear fact. Boakai's corruption is beyond measure. So for Boakai, it's not my issue. But why are you people involving yourselves with these things? I thought Boakai should be from the background of our traditional values. I thought that how it's supposed to be, and that's how it should be. Boakai should be the representation of our cultural values. Boakai should be there to bear our traditions and norms. He should be holding the flag. But with ineptitude, Boakai is proceeding in a way that people in his government are asking senior Liberians who want to invest in the private sector so that Liberian-owned businesses can be prioritized and we can have Liberians taking over the economy or competing in the economy, they are asking them to bend down low. So they'll fast track the tumor. They are asking Senator Sando Dazzle Johnson to bend down low before they can gain contract. And he says, no, I will not bend down to anybody, be a man or woman, for a job. Oh, Sando Johnson, your own boy. How you be that out to the man? The man hustle with you.
He's going to CMC. I said, well, you can take it. Wow, you can take that. You mean the government you suffer for? The government you brought to power. Yes. The government you stood in the rain. Yes. The government you went to Birmingham. Yes. Deny your interest. Yes. Deny your interest. Politics interest. Wow. Politics interest. There's no permanent pressure in politics. There's permanent interest. Wow. I supported you on the basis that you support me. There are people who work with me during the campaign. To even imply that you refuse. We've read it. We have called. We have asked them. They refuse. I give our brother company in abroad. We want a contract they took it from us. Wow. So why you think I fought? But that's not the issue anymore. I'm done with it. I'm moving on. I'm leaving. I'm leaving and moving on. That's why, yeah, of course, that's why I'm supporting the CMC. That's why we are trying to build the capacity of the CMC no matter what. So
they deny my interest.
Specific question, Senator. Are the Unity Party people, are they ungrateful? I'm asking you the question. Yes. Are the Unity Party people, are they ungrateful? They are, I just told you, they do not appreciate good. They believe that this government is only for them. So nobody should survive. No, listen, I am not going to take off my clothes. I'm not going to bend low to anybody. I'm not going to sleep with anybody, be a man or woman, because I want to joy help. No, I'm not. I will not get involved into any funny attitude. Are they ungrateful? They are very ungrateful. I just told you.
That was the voice of Sando Dazzle Johnson, a man that campaigned with the Unity Party in 2023 to see Baka coming to power. The man said one fast track the man tumor before he can get any. Tell me. So you said you support you never you support them. You better get man for you. That just the man want Sando Johnson to be Jew. The guy said no. The man run. Oh, you never man about your boyfriend helping your name on me, the man to be Jew. A show. You know water dry fish eat fish. Water dry fish eat the fish. Tell me, can you own baby? We told you that how many people are now here now? That Sando Dazzle Johnson, that Yeke Koruba, that Amara Kone, that Prophet certified public man calls up key. Who again? The frat. The man, you never I will give it all. Oh God. So why I will do with Sando Johnson tomorrow? So all the Canada important. All the Canada important I see that. Yeah, only Sando Johnson. Let's say I got to get take board. It's horrible and laughable. We were telling them, Sando Johnson was with the CDC. He was on board with a political party that had a vision to change this country's story around. But he said it himself in the same recording. You're listening to him, or you're listening to him. Now, in politics, there is no permanent friend. There is only permanent interest. So that the permanent interest and the man one, they want to sing your tuma. The way you roll it over. Go fast in the man again. Go fast in it. The man they will lubricate. They will lubricate. They will lubricate your tuma. A traditional man is the president of our country. And is allowing such a subversive style of living that is not acceptable under our traditions, cultures, and norms. Far from being acceptable under our tradition, customs, and norms. Joe Boakai is leading a country where people that want to seek opportunity must bend down low before they can get opportunity. That's the country Boakai is leading. And I say to you, Boakai, your days are numbered. Mr. Boakai, your days are numbered. For dominance, for control. Because I want to be the agenda just starting one. I don't hear anything like that around the Boakais. So they want part of the agenda, I think. Well, to be fast cracking people too much. Oh, Boakai. Where you also? Call your men to order, man. They're making you shame too much. You see how prices are uncontrollable. You see the harsh living condition of people going through. Then you are indulging, or you've indulged because the fact that Brian McGill went away with it. The other fellow, Peter Bond Jala, who brought his two giants colleagues to have sex with a minor, a 16-year-old boy, and several other cases around the place. I can't name everything here. Radio that time. It will eat all my time. So you Boakai, you sit there, you say you traditional man, our tradition. In fact, because of that, that's the reason why when we are blasting you and we're coming down hard on you, some people can call us to attention because of that and your old age and other things. But it seems like, oh man, you really see those things as a blessing. You see them as to just be used on the lips. But those are the values that we do not question, that we do not argue. We obey and we obey. Why are you diverting? Because this is sanctioned by you. If it was not sanctioned by you, but now, the same way you've been taking the other cases serious, the simple statement representing that political rhetoric is coming out of representing Yeke Koruba, you took it serious, they expect the man, what about the other people part of trust they elected, and those same people who voted for you, they expect the man infringing on the rights of a huge constituent in the country. If you indulge homosexuality and same sex and people sodomizing people, children around the place, you would have taken drastic action with the case involving Peter Bond Jala, where they raped that little boy and trapping by the roadside. I start talking to him, my whole stomach is shaking. Oh, the three giants use that people's son. And Boakai says nothing Bwaka sits there silently, and that little boy is dying slowly or is at the point of death. God, he lost everything. You saw how the little boy showed you the last time. I was seeing myself. The little boy crying to get on the hospital bed. Because the strength of a man lies in his honors. So to forcibly sodomize a man, you weaken the entire strength, which has to do with the waist, the spine, or the spinal cord connection. The whole place, you just break that whole thing. And the little boy was verily a paralyzed young man who was just seeking for a single pair of boots because he wanted to be like George Weah, who served as president after leading the war in football. But just unfortunately, he could not have the opportunity to meet George Weah, because I am sure if he would have met Weah, Weah would have given him sporting materials in abundance, because I think that little boy had a serious passion for the game. That's why he kept behind Peter Bonjala to help him. So Bwaka people then now that homosexuality now that they bringing at the new star now. We told you when they arrest any activists, they carry them. The next thing when they come in outside, they see the fast crowd at Tuma, the boss the bought. Sorry for the expression, but we have to say this for our people to know what Bwaka is endorsed into. What Bwaka have allowed his government officials to continuously do to citizens and go scot-free. But when it comes to making simple statements that are allowed and accorded under the Table Mountain Declaration and the Abdullah Kamara law of free speech, Bwaka descends with aggression that the Bwaka didn't wait. So Bwaka already allowed same-sex being now. So y'all be careful with your cheering. Man, see all of y'all. Man, Binu. All of y'all. Y'all must be careful. Because the way stand and other coalition grouping planning protests on the 17th of July, because the people already launched it, that the 17th of July, they coming outside to protest against Bwaka and Jeremiah Kun regime. Y'all got to be careful. Y'all got to be tactical. Y'all will be going to that process. Because soon Bwaka people lay hand on you. I know who really in our police that is fascinated with and obsessed with the whole same-sex business. With the whole same-sex business, that anytime citizens who are not satisfied decide to vent out their dissatisfaction, when they are caught, they carry them at the police central area there. They come out with the news of being sodomized. I don't know what is going on there and who's encouraging that and who is the lead person there for what is unfolding. Names are coming out, but you know, we will have to do our forensic investigation extensively before we can break the names to the public. But these blatant violations from the Bwaka's regime, they worrying, stamping in the butt. We need to nip it in the bud, because we can't sit here while Bwaka stealing, milking, and exclaiming our resources. We are suffering and wallowing in abject poverty and excruciating hardship. Bwaka continues to insult Liberians, throw jabs at Liberians, kick Liberians up in response to what should be his duties, responsibilities, and function to us as Liberians. And Bwaka is now including in his governance architecture the aspect that has to do with sex for work. In all aspects, sex for work. Particularly, men having sex with a friend man to get a job. So all the things that we say no, when we go take our trouser and our boxers, we will not get nothing to do. We will just leave our own go sit down Freedom FM, we talk plenty. We go home, we go eat our kasao. From people there, from Loma Tumba, we go eat our lay 300, 400 hour rest. The day end at 8. Because if you want a job in Boaka's government, El Sandro Dazo Johnson, who campaigned with Boaka, who used all of the invectives on the former president who rendered insults and ingrid to if he can be treated like this, he's been asked to take off his trouser and take off his boxer before he can be given a contract. One more about Junkies Morris, that since he was born, he had never supported Joseph Boaka. Since he was born, the only person he always supported is George Weah. That the whole world is aware that this man, besides being a journalist, supports George Weah, and he is a clear supporter of George Weah. Can I get a job from a regime that is seeking for her own people that work with her, that suffer with her, to bend down low before they give them job? You think it's possible? It's not possible. So Boaka, you were checked before. When you were vice president, you were put in check, and you'll be checked again. I guarantee you that. Call me on those numbers. You can call me on 086 500 104, 086 500 104, 0776 104 104, 0776 104 104. And our diaspora callers that are listening and following, you can call me on those numbers on +231 86 500 104, +231 86 500 104. Call me and you'll be live here on Freedom Hard Talk, Freedom FM 87.9. My name is Junkies Morris, and I'm your humble servant, and I'm here alone tonight. Austin basically is out there, as you know, trying to beef up capacity so that we provide all of the good that you need to get as citizens of our country. So this first caller online one, quickly, your name and you joining me from where? 45 seconds.
Yeah, I'm on Sunday.
Go ahead.
My name is African.
Go ahead, Favli.
Yeah, the thing when you're talking, I listen to it. I enjoying the conversation. The United Party people that they can't for them to spoil the player. By the grace of God, they are 3 or 4 on that. Thank you for the call, man.
Okay, thank you. That you call, so that means I say thank you for the call. Okay, this caller online too. Quickly. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop sleeping on us quickly. No time.
Yeah, my brother. We say the party wicked. Then I remember seeing, they see in wicked. So thank you.
Labran people seeing that he wicked. What thing we tell Labran people again? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, quickly go ahead. 30 seconds. No time. The lines are bustling.
Money is audacious. A couple of DC City. Hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Who's that job now? Second, they look at them. There's a job I should do, but they look at them. They won't see them. Thank you.
That the world see them. That the whole world see them. Yeah. The whole world in clear sight. In clear sight. Then the whole world gets to appreciate who is who. Hello, this caller, your name and you joining me from where?
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah. This is Stable Koma calling from Broadway.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm listening with your topic, all what you saying. For the only thing about it, you will do all the good things, why you will know how to run comment. And you're saying that people can put in mess. Like, very nice.
We will not give credence to miscreants. Go ahead. Hello, your name and you joining me from where? This caller online.
Thank you. That's Edmond from Liberia for Justice. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, Edmond for long. Welcome.
Yeah. My man, you know, God got his own way of exposing people. So all the negative narrative the guy ran with during the campaign time, all is happening in the eyes of everybody, even their own supporters. They are only pretending, but they are seeing it clear. Can you imagine that? All men like that will come and cry and complain that somebody wants him to bend down low, somebody wants him to take out his trouser before he can get job, before he can get contract. When you get the kind of thing and you are a serious money leader, that's why you will not come up promptly to say you are the one that doing it, you are the one that doing it, but be able to send some warning shot so that people will know that this is not good. But this is the unity party, and I said yesterday, okay, sure. Whenever they come to power, they want to do the antichrist. They make it difficult so that you will join the 666. That this is the kind of government. You see how the system looking, you see how the play looking. And they didn't say, for the creator house, we will go and join them to do that evil act. But we will sue them to go on a daily basis. They will continually be exposed. Everything will come outside and people will see it. People like Thomas Johnson, all a man like that. Oh yeah. To give God the glory. They are exposed and they will continually be exposed to people. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Edmond Carr. From the Concerned Liberian for Justice. They're calling on the line. This caller, your name and you joining me from where? Caller online too.
Thank you. This is Martin. I'm calling from California.
Welcome, General. Welcome.
Thank you. What I will say tonight, they're coming like anti-tax government. Anti-tax government, anti-tax government. That mark of the beast that they're going to hear to. Everybody will get a mark for this worker government. If you not say this mark, you will not eat it. Now you looking. It's so massive. I was children. And it's a big nothing, man. I don't know. What's happening there? What are you for a piece of job? In the private sector. Hello?
Hello, go ahead.
Okay, what you want to pay the man? The man for paying the man paying. Something that you can't pay down low. Okay, that job for the private sector. You get medicine, man, we get to the woman to get job. And so I think class government matter. For instance, we tell people they need lessons. Today, 2 are free, that problem. Today, 2 are out of the job, that problem. That the whole is before we go to this. Before we go to this, 5% and the 4 clear out the yes in the man, nothing happened. Nothing is there. It's not to anybody, but yeah, let's say they put kids saying, so look back everywhere. They cannot end yet. They still walking in their blood, junkie. They're eating their flesh, because they keep it. Some of all the hope.
But Masisi, if these people still want to force it that by all costs they will put Orange Johnson on Samuel Toy, then we will reach the stage that we will have to borrow from Boaka now. Then we will not be prepared now for the baby to live, because we will not sit here for Boaka to be encroaching on the rights of statesmen, people who contributed to this country. That we say, but no, they will come out. It will not work.
Can you get me? He said he gave men just to afford to get the power there. Is he happy? Why you keep your cheese? Let me keep your cheese. If I could be where we are, then you see the government. Oh, people say what we are today, that 100
Yeah, that kind of old man already weak. Yeah. Hey, General. Hey, General. This call all I want. Quickly. Your name is joining me from where?
You doing my name? What you want speaking from? No community.
Yeah, then quickly. I got 30 seconds for you. Quickly.
I see Waka, you were elected to destroy the whole country. But let me tell Waka, we are preparing ourselves. Hey, guys, get recommend. And if you want me to get people on the street. The same way Waka said that if you don't win the election, there will be no liberal. Waka said there will be no liberal to honor you. So let Waka be very careful. So we are preparing ourselves.
Because myself, I prepare to give Waka better liberal too. Saying liberal can be sweet for all. Liberal will be better for him. This call on line 3. Hello, your name is joining me from where?
Yeah, hello, yeah, thank you, Papa. My name is Susan W. Robert, calling for Obokowa.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, what you are just talking about Sandra Johnson, I think you can remember, certain time when they call him, he decided to say that, and when anybody calls a papi, you will fall back. And now today, the Urata is beating him.
Yeah.
Another way to get this effort.
You know why we're laughing?
Making a statement. We're making a statement. And we say that the people that you following will be issue. At the end of the day, they have to do him.
You cry on the radio and say the people are ungrateful. You know the party people are ungrateful. I told you, you know.
Between now, you know, when you are talking to anybody calls the papi, you will call the today now they tell you this Bernardo, then you say, what making it Bernardo? Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. This call on line 1. Hello.
Yeah, how are you, brother? Yeah, I'm Abraham Ghana from online here.
Line up here, go ahead.
Yeah, but will lie and lie anyway. So for me, if you will miss the Russia will want that won't be what I said and what they do to survive with survive. 2029 will pack and go. And I think when you say that you know like we are one, I will point out thing on it. 2020. So pray to God, all of them will get wrong and will see 2029 election.
This other caller. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Junkies.
Junkies. I can always say this on various platforms. The government, nothing will get from the government. Nothing will get from the man.
You may not jump to homosexual activity now in your government now. Before you get joy, you must bend down low.
Anyone here? The son of Johnson, they were telling people when you insult Paka, you cause your man, cause your pa, cause your husband, cause your woman, your pastor. Then today happen, they tell you all that. Somebody say you must bend down low. Why you get called the person? If I agitated, no bend down low, then call it.
Eh? Let me be clear, let me be man enough. Hold on. Okay. That who? Then I would call Aji. Who? What did they call Aji? What do you mean? Would they say Aji? That who? Okay. This caller on line 3. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. How are you? I know Vicky. Go ahead.
Yeah, concern la president Johnson, thank you very much. Don't get more than you know when you know for 2 years. The power is down, my down. Every kid, what you doing? The phone in the country.
Yeah.
The power, my time was rough.
Yeah, someone else said they were doing pro bono service.
you are the son. In why a friend of America was walking out to it. So like nobody for 2 years, for 1, for 2. And we tell them let go. They tell what you look at it when you level, get a book of power. Then you look at it, you have to go to the book and start running. When you call for, when you were insulted, anybody who called for that you want you, when you cry for, let you everyone that are wicked to the president we are. Or we say everyone there, one by one, the proper what say, which is pretty just that one to come. For St. Joseph, for the key, for the key, you have to go back. For your people, the years of Apple, I'm a friend, so I'm a friend, and Samuel Joseph. The next person that will come, I know that the person that will come, that next one that Mo Ali. Mo Ali, what is talking to what dear, what the prayer, and Mo Ali is talking to. Mo Ali will continue. I'll drop for now, we will bear it. For now, the people what I will say will bear it. Turn that. This way, they will not be. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was Vicky Bar, Victoria Bar for the concern, librarian for justice. This caller online 4. Hello, you joining me from where?
Good evening. Margaret, calling from Stephen.
Yeah, quickly, you got 20 seconds, no time.
They call me here without getting nothing from the call. Nothing, absolutely nothing. So Nigerian people will continue to say that they talk. It will not be correct for because nothing. $10 for whatever water or sack of water is $300. Where are we going? The rescue? Is this a rescue they talk about? Is this a rescue Joseph Parker talk about? But I'm playing Joseph Parker.
You want job, go bend down low.
Bend down low. You want job, you gotta go and bend down low. You want your money?
Well, say we go to school.
You want your business to go? You gotta go and bend down low. Anything you want now, we can get back up on there. Go and bend down low. You gotta bend down low.
Amen.
Where are we going? Thank you so much, Baba.
For all they say, we go to school, so no job for all, we get problem. Hustling in the street now, they have money beyond why they make you watch it. What did they take your market? What they want to do now?
Well, I'm a graduate of the state-run university, and everywhere I've applied, they're asking me for 10 years experience, and that is impossible.
We the tell them where the government promised our husbands benefits and up for now we can see it. No good school. They have sector poor. Now anything that can check out a photos and politicians.
I wish I was a millionaire. And someone there I know empire. Let me make it clear.
You can see, you get more, you can talk. Forget even walk.
People hitting you because you handicap.
There go. Why you gotta make handicap? Joe Walker.
What if I say they did for
why?
They come and say they people in the school. You now see hungry people go to school. Instead of giving job to the jobless, hope to the hopeless, home to the hopeless, they manipulate the system and make it worse. Now they come and make it everybody come and rest. One man, he more than 3 positions. The same thing they were against on the other position. You tell me what we didn't do. So they think they got peace and just looking for the poor. To be a money, they want to sell your soul. Either they cross the road or you bend down low.
They say Sandro Johnson must bend down low. Either you cross the road or you bend down low.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping.
And so, yes, to all of you that try calling, those that call, and our silent listeners, thanks for always following. Keep following. I'll be here tomorrow on the Wednesday's edition of the program Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. My name is Junkies Morris, and I want to bid you a farewell tonight. Bye-bye from my end. Junkies Morris. See you tomorrow, same time, same station, 87.9. Bye-bye.
Hey, people who are so, hey, people are to us.